Once upon a time, in the land of Israel, a great battle was brewing between the Israelites and the Philistines. 4 days, the two armies faced each other across a valley, but instead of charging into battle, the Philistines had a terrifying secret weapon, a giant named Goliath. Goliath was no ordinary soldier. Standing over 9 feet tall, clad in heavy bronze armor, and wielding a massive spear, he seemed invincible. Every day, Goliath stepped forward and shouted a challenge to the Israelites, "Send one man to fight me. If he defeats me, we will become your servants, but if I win, you will serve us." The Israelites were paralyzed with fear. Not one warrior was brave enough to face Goliath, until a young shepherd named David came to visit his brothers who were serving in the army. David was just a boy, tending to his father's sheep in the fields, but when he heard Goliath's taunts, something stirred within him. "Why is everyone so afraid of this Philistine?" David asked. "Who is he to defy the armies of the living God?" His brothers scoffed at him, but David was determined. He went to King Saul and said, "I will fight Goliath." Saul was shocked. "You're just a boy. Goliath has been a warrior since his youth. How could you possibly fight him?" David smiled and told Saul about his time as a shepherd. "Whenever a lion or bear came to attack my father's sheep, I would strike it down. The same God who protected me then will protect me now." Seeing David's faith, Saul agreed but tried to dress him in heavy armor. David shook his head. The armor was too big and uncomfortable. Instead, he chose to fight in his own way, with his sling and 5 smooth stones from a nearby stream. Armed with nothing more than his sling and stones, David approached the battlefield. Goliath laughed when he saw the boy coming to fight him. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he roared. But David stood firm. "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. This battle is the Lord's, and he will deliver you into my hands." With that, David placed a single stone in his sling, took aim, and swung. The stone flew through the air and struck Goliath square in the forehead. The giant stumbled, then fell face first to the ground, dead. The Philistines were shocked, and the Israelites cheered. David ran to Goliath, took his own sword, and finished the battle. The boy who had come to deliver food to his brothers had defeated the greatest warrior the Philistines had ever seen. David's victory wasn't just about physical strength. It was about faith, courage, and trusting in a power greater than himself. Against all odds, David triumphed because he believed that God was with him, and that made all the difference. From that day on, David's name would be remembered, not just for defeating a giant, but for showing that true strength comes from within, and from trusting in God's mighty hand.